Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we have a vintage Eveready automatic petrol lighter made in Germany. This lighter has a really cool graphic, multi-colors, featuring a map of Switzerland. Oh man, several towns or places in Switzerland identified there, probably at least a dozen, maybe a few more. This lighter had a seized up flint in the tube when we first got it, and still has a really strong spark. It's just this lighter was set aside so long ago, and it's been so long since I fueled it up that I could not remember exactly how it operated, how it felt in the hand, whether I had deemed this lighter reliable or dependable or not. So we're going to go ahead and fuel this up. Now, there's one question that I get all the time when it comes to slipcase lighters, so we might as well answer that question now. Whether that be an Eveready, a monopole like the Ibello, J-Bello, Calibri, Chrysler, automatic lighters. But I get that question repeatedly, often, almost every day. Folks asking, how do I fill it with fuel? Well, any petrol lighter, you just need to find the wadding. Find the absorbent material. If it's a slip case, then you're just going to pull the case off and turn your lighter mechanism upside down. At that point, you can absorb your fuel down into that rayon, cotton, wadding, whatever it might be. Sometimes old lighters have sawdust in them, different kinds of absorbent material, solid foam fuel cells as we see in Park Industries lighters, and also they were prevalent in Zippos in the late 60s. So really any absorbent material will work. I lost count of how many droppers that was that we put in there. We will place our slip case back into, or our slip case back onto the lighter mechanism, I should say. That is how I would describe a slip case, is when that case comes off and it's just the bottom case that covers your tank. Even if your tank is covered on the inside, if that's all it is a case and not a lid, not any part of the mechanism. Of course, there are slip case lighters that are also sort of hybrids. Slip case lighters that are also flip top lighters, things like that. So we filled this lighter up with fuel after checking and seeing that it had a solid spark. Now let's actuate the mechanism, and there you go. First time it lights up okay. It's not the smoothest operating mechanism, but the spark seems very strong. I think we're going to add another drop of fuel, just because that flame looked to me like it might be a little weak. So it also doesn't matter which direction you put that slip case back on. I tend to keep them on the right side of the mechanism. Perhaps that is because as a left-handed person, that seems like the proper disposition of the lighter in the hand. The way I have to hold these lighters sometimes with the support for the camera bracket. With my weak hands, I don't have the leverage that I need, so that may be what's causing some of these strikes, is just my weak hands. That didn't exactly seem reliable or dependable right there. Where on the other hand, when we first started this video and lit it those first few times, it seemed to be striking up very dependably. We did not loosen the flint screw, so shouldn't be an issue with the flint because we haven't just tightened that back down, adjusted it, or anything like that. So this mechanism seems a little rough. Sometimes it lights right up, and we are getting some charring there on our wick right at the top. I'm sure there is a happy medium there, but there are times that it seems like the flint is getting jammed, and then there's other times where the tension on that file wheel when it snaps feels like that is exactly what the doctor ordered, that such a strong snap of the mechanism, it pushes those sparks out there, is exactly what this lighter needs. So we'll see. At this point, I do not believe that I would call this lighter reliable. For a lighter to be reliable, it's going to have to light every bit of 3 out of every 4 times, and then there still be some reason why I can attribute that that 4th time isn't lighting. Whereas this lighter will light a few times in a row, but then there will go several times in a row without it lighting. So while this is a very attractive lighter and one that I would love to take pictures of and get it listed on the website, listed on eBay, and have one of you guys purchase it and send it out to you, that is why we are going through this process today of checking back on some of these lighters. I don't know if maybe we ought to try a softer flint. But this is a lighter that we will continue to tinker with. Hopefully get it working dependably, reliably, and igniting every time we push the button. So keep your eyes open. It's a fun mechanism, and I'm sure that you guys will enjoy following along as we tinker with this one. Until next time.